Now I like to talk about English practical usage of for and since to measure duration. We use the for to measure duration. When we say how long something lasts, we use it. It can be used in present tense, past tense, and future tense to indicate, to suggest, or to measure duration. For example, I once studied the guitar for 3 years. For 3 years. And in the present tense, or present indefinite tense, she goes away for 2 weeks every summer. And in the future tense, their boss will be in Mumbai for the next 10 days. And also in the future tense, she is going to South Africa for the summer. But wherever we measure duration up to the present, we must use present perfect tense, not a present indefinite tense. For example, that house has been empty for 6 months, or he has been working here for a long time, or I have known him for a long time. A present tense with a for refers to duration into the future. For example, how long are you here for? Here this time indicates until when. Similarly, how long have you been here for? This time indicates since when. And we can leave out for in the sentences, especially the sentences which begin with how long. For example, how long have you been waiting for? We can rewrite this sentence in that way. How long have you been waiting? Or we have been here for 6 weeks. We have been here 6 weeks. For can be left out in that way. But we must remember, before all, we do not use for. For example, I have had a headache all day. We do not write, I have had a headache for all day. Rather, we write, I have had a headache all day. After negatives and after superlatives, for can be replaced by in, and it is very common in American English. For example, I have not seen him for months. We can rewrite the sentence by replacing for by in this way. I have not seen him in a month, and it is after negatives, and here for is used after negatives. And similarly, for can be used, or in place of for, in can be used after superlatives. For example, it is the worst storm for 10 years. We can replace the for by in and rewrite the sentence in that way. It is the worst storm in 10 years. And I repeat it, this usage of in place of for after negatives and after superlatives are very common. This usage is very common in American English. And an important thing is that we must know there is a distinct difference between for and since, though both refer to measurement of duration, both measure duration. After for period of time or period, we must suggest, the difference is that after for we must suggest period or period of time, and after since we suggest whenever we use since, we suggest starting point. For example, it has been raining for 3 days. Whenever we use since, we write it has been raining since Tuesday, or it has been raining since Monday. I have known him for 3 days, or I have known him for 4 days. Here, for 4 days, a period has been suggested or indicated and for is used. But whenever we use since, a starting point must be indicated. For example, I have known him since Monday. I have known him since Monday. And he has been working here for 10 years. For a long time, he has been working here for 10 years. And whenever we write since, we must write. Whenever we use since, we must write. He has been working here since 2013. And this is the difference between for and since. And in order to measure duration, for, in, and since are used. And this is the proper usage of for, in, and since to measure duration.